Were we lied to about resveratrol? For the last decade, resveratrol was the golden child of the anti-aging world. We were told it was the red wine miracle, that it would activate our sirtuins, repair our DNA, and essentially turn back the clock on aging. But recently, that narrative has crashed. You've probably seen the headlines, the controversies surrounding Dr. David Sinclair, the accusations of overhyped claims about age reversal, and the scientific backlash that followed. Suddenly, the cool thing to do in biohacking circles is to say that resveratrol is trash, useless, or a waste of money. So today I'm updating you on the very latest research and why I think you weren't lied to just once, but twice. I've been taking resveratrol for 5 years. I didn't stop when the hype died down. I didn't stop when the internet turned against it. And today, I'm going to tell you why. Because while the marketing might have been the first lie, the molecule is simply not a lie. Resveratrol isn't some synthetic lab creation. It exists in nature's healthiest foods: red grapes, blueberries, raspberries, peanuts, dark chocolate, mulberries, pistachios, cranberries, walnuts. So when people comment that this molecule is trash, are they suggesting we should stop eating blueberries? Are they saying dark chocolate has zero value, despite all the science? Because if you believe the molecule is garbage, you have to believe the food source is garbage too, and I just don't buy that. Today I'm going to show you the 2024 and 2025 research that people are missing. Studies that show exactly what this supplement does for your brain, your blood flow, your inflammation, and why stopping it only because David Sinclair overstated the case with his age reversal claims may have been a short-sighted move. Let's address that first lie. Were we lied to? In a way, yes. The narrative that sold billions of dollars of supplements was that resveratrol was a direct age reversal switch. The claim that it would activate SIRT1 and mimic fasting so powerfully that you would literally become younger. While resveratrol does activate SIRT1, the scientific consensus now is that it's not a magic youth switch that allows you to live forever. This lie at its extreme was the promise or suggestion of immortality. The truth is that it is a powerful tool for health span. When researchers looked past the hype, they found that resveratrol wasn't necessarily reversing your age, but it was doing something perhaps even more important to those of us over 40. It was likely protecting our vascular system. Recently, I've been talking a lot about nitric oxide boosting. So let's take a look at this through the lens of our blood flow. This is where the resveratrol is useless crowd is just overreacting. We know from recent data that resveratrol helps increase the bioavailability of nitric oxide. It does this by upregulating an enzyme called eNOS, endothelial nitric oxide synthase. Your arteries are like a highway. Over time, oxidative stress causes damage or inflammation. Resveratrol can help reduce that oxidative stress, allowing your body's natural nitric oxide to keep those highways open. A 2025 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology even found that resveratrol could restore brain-blood flow, or neurovascular coupling, after sleep restriction. That's not anti-aging magic, that is hard, measurable performance physiology. If you think the science stopped when the red wine hype died, look at this. This is a list of literature from Science Direct, peer-reviewed biochemistry and genetics topics. And what is the current stream of studies telling us? Firstly, neuroprotection. Recent papers from late 2024 and 25 are highlighting resveratrol's ability to cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce neuroinflammation. This is critical for supporting cognitive health, not by reversing age, but by protecting your neurons. Secondly, metabolic health. We're seeing consistent data that resveratrol supports healthy glucose metabolism. It's acting on the AMPK pathway, the same pathway activated by exercise and metformin or berberine. So while it won't make a 90-year-old look 20 again, if it helps keep your insulin sensitivity high and your brain inflammation low, isn't that worth taking a serious look at? So if the science is solid behind resveratrol, why the mixed results in human trials? Turns out the problem isn't with the molecule, it's the delivery. Resveratrol has terrible bioavailability. You swallow it, your liver metabolizes it, but it does it so fast that barely any remaining resveratrol reaches your blood. This is why dosing remains undetermined. Some studies use 250 milligrams. Others use 5 grams. Even the types of resveratrol differ from study to study. I personally take 500 milligrams of Pure Trans-Resveratrol powder every day. I believe the reason I've felt good taking it for the past 5 years is consistency. Even with low bioavailability, a steady daily scoop of this antioxidant affects the microbiome and endothelial lining over years, not days. And if you're taking resveratrol in a capsule, you might just be wasting your money. But if you take trans-resveratrol powder with a fat source like yogurt, as I do, or olive oil, as others do, you are more likely to get those vascular benefits. We live in a world of extremes. Things are either miracles or they're trash. Rarely anything in between, in the reasonable middle. The truth about resveratrol is it resides in this boring middle. It's not a miracle, but it is a highly effective vascular support compound that mimics some benefits of exercise and fasting. I take it because it helped me get back on the tennis court so I could play with my kids, and it became a bridge to other supplements I now take like NMN. And as long as the studies keep showing positive signals, I'm not changing course just because the age reversal hype train is suddenly off the rails. I'm curious, did you stop taking it? Or are you pleased with your results like myself? Let me know in the comments. And since I mentioned nitric oxide boosting and how it goes hand in hand with resveratrol, you might appreciate this recent video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.